It is day 2 of the 2024 NFL Draft, and after taking Jayden Daniels to be the next franchise quarterback of the Washington Commanders, what does GM Adam Peters have up his sleeve here in rounds 2 through 3? You got 5 picks here on day 2. This is going to be a very big day for the Washington Commanders 2024 campaign. Can't wait to share with you guys today on the channel. So let's start out with a mock draft. I'm going to give you guys my predictions for the 5 day 2 picks here for the Washington Commanders coming up. But before we get into that, make sure you click that subscribe button right now and join us for extensive live coverage all throughout day 2 of the 2024 NFL Draft. Not only here on the Commanders Report, but also on Chat Sports Main, where we're going to be doing very extensive coverage every single pick on rounds 2 and 3 today on our Chat Sports Main YouTube channel. So make sure you click the subscribe button here to the Commanders Report, and then also join us at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time today for our coverage of day 2 of the 2024 NFL Draft. So here in round 2, the guy that I want the Commanders to target, because there's so many good receivers that fell to day 2 here, I want them to go get some size with Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver out of Texas. All right now on the Washington Commanders, the tallest starting receiver that you have is Terry McLaurin, who's 6 foot tall, which isn't tiny, but that's not necessarily like big. That's not like a true perimeter X threat. And plus, I like to move Terry McLaurin around in the slot at Z at times as well. Adonai Mitchell is somebody that, he might be a little bit skinny, needs to fill out a little bit, but he's an excellent route runner. He is a true perimeter threat. And I want to put as many perimeter threats and deep threats on this wide receiver core as I possibly can with a guy like Jayden Daniels, who throws a beautiful deep ball. He throws that beautiful slot fade. You can just see it now. Daniels throwing to not only Terry McLaurin on those slot fades, but also to Adonai Mitchell, who runs in the 4.3s. He's 6'4", so he's got great size. I really think that this would be a great fit here between Jayden Daniels' skill set, that ability to throw a touch down the field, with Adonai Mitchell's speed and ability to win with his route running. If he's available at number 36, if I were GM Adam Peters, I would pull the trigger for the Longhorn wide receiver. Then at number 40, listen, man, this team needs a left tackle. There's a lot of tackles that went last night. That's why I'm a little bit upset that they didn't get a deal done to move up for one at the end of round 1 yesterday. And right now, I think that the best available fit for them is Patrick Paul out of Houston. Now, this is a little bit of a reach for me based on my overall big board, but I think Patrick Paul is a good fit for this air raid style of offense that Cliff Kingsbury is bringing to the Washington Commanders. I think he's a pretty decent pass protector. He needs a lot of work as a run blocker because he's just so raw in that department, but he's got long arms. He's huge. He moves really well. This guy could be a franchise left tackle in the league, and I think that in year 1, I think that I'd trust him over the rest of the tackles in this class to protect Jayden Daniels in year 1 of his young NFL career. So coming up here, my 3 round 3 picks for your Washington Commanders today. Some pretty interesting ones coming up here, so don't go anywhere. And guys, the Jayden Daniels era is officially begun here in the nation's capital. And if you want to get his jersey, his officially licensed Washington Commanders jersey, it is officially available now from our friends at Fanatics when you go to chatsports.com/Daniels. And by the way, we probably expect it to be a number 5 jersey. Just right now, it's not official, so that's why it's a number 1. We'll update that whenever they decide on a number. I'm guessing Tressway is going to give number 5 to Jayden Daniels, so just keep that in mind if you want his jersey. If you're a big fan of Jayden Daniels, you think he's the next star quarterback of the Washington Commanders franchise, make sure you go to chatsports.com/Daniels right now before they sell out. All right, now in round 3. At number 68, you still need an edge rusher, in my opinion. And Marshon Nean, I think, is a really good fit out of Western Michigan. He's a bigger body, so I think he fits with this 4-3 front style of defense that Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. want to play here in Washington. Now, I'm not going to necessarily say he has like the super big upside like maybe a Chop Robinson would have brought to you, but I do think Kneeland is a really good value and a day 1 starter for the Washington Commanders here in round 3 if he falls to number 68. Also, he was a team captain there at Western Michigan, so he's going to be a good locker room presence. He's going to be a good culture builder and setter for this defense for many years to come. And plain and simply, guys, you can't go into the year with Cleveland Ferrell and Dorrance Armstrong as your 2 starting edges. I'm cool with Armstrong on one side as a number 2 guy, but Marshon Nean I think would be a good fit here on day 2. Then also, speaking of great fits, Renardo Green, cornerback out of Florida State, arguably the best pure man corner in this class from press alignments. I really like his game. Now, in terms of a press corners, yeah, you probably want them to have slightly longer arms, to have a bigger frame. But Renardo Green is just so damn clean in press man coverage. He was one of the only corners in college football that was able to just straight up bully Malik Neighbors, who of course went number 6 overall last night to the New York Giants. I mean, he completely shut him down when they played LSU. That's just really hard to do, all right? So Renardo Green, I think he's going to be a really good press man corner. That's what the Washington Commanders want to do here with Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. I think that he'd be an excellent fit, and right now Pro Football Focus projects that he will be available at number 76 overall, so I'm going to take that value. And then I'd pick number 100 here. Let's go out and get a tight end. Of course, you got Zach Ertz, but that's a short-term solution. I really like the receiving profile of Ben Sinnott from Kansas State. I think that, he can play in line. I think that, he's big enough to do that, but he's also moves extremely well for a tight end. Like, he's got a really rare ability to be really rare quickness is really what it is, and that allows him to do things as a route runner that most big tight ends just can't really do. So I really like the fit here with Sinnott. I think that he'd bring versatility. I think he'd bring a true receiving threat to this offense, and he'd give Jayden Daniels a nice safety blanket over the middle of the field for many years to come. So here's my day 2 mock draft haul here. Adonai Mitchell at number 36, Patrick Paul at number 40, Marshon Nean to kick off your third-round picks, Renardo Green as your second third-round pick, and then Ben Sinnott, tight end out of Kansas State, to finish it out. So grade the mock draft for me right now. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know down there in the comments section how you're feeling about my projections for day 2. Again, make sure you click that subscribe button, not only to the Commanders Report, but also go over to our main Chat Sports YouTube channel where we're covering every single pick of the 2024 NFL Draft here on day 2 live for free right here on YouTube. Really do appreciate all of your guys' support. Again, we're going to be going live on the Commanders Report for all of their top picks today. They have 5 today. Maybe they make a trade. Whatever happens, guys, we're going to have you covered with the latest breaking news coverage on the Washington Commanders. And we're going to get better today, man. I'm very excited to see what the Commanders are going to do. And until next time, hail to the Commanders.